The Process by John. Well, when we first ingest the spark of life into the fetus, we are in the process of a life. Amazingly, from that moment, we all have a lifetime. A lifetime not measured in seconds, minutes and hours. That is just our physical way of marking time's progress on our bodies. A lifetime is measured in accomplishments, and by accomplishments I do not mean certificates on the wall. I mean accomplishments of the spirit and soul. Nothing else to me makes sense. Even a very short lifetime, seconds, minutes, hours, weeks, can greatly affect all those around. Think about it. We live in a world which is on one level about dog eat dog. This is the animal level of existence, where we may inhabit a human body but our drive is animalistic. If we look at nature, we see the strong survive and the weak are dinner. There are those at the top, whether by birth, hard work or luck, if such a thing exists, and there are those at the bottom who are always scratching about for a living and all shades of grey in between. What makes us different from the animal kingdom is our ability to reason, to bring order to what we perceive as chaos, and this gift we call civilization. Yet, this civilization is still dog eat dog, as those who have power seek to cling to it, as those who want it nip at their heels. History shows us that this is normal. The one at the top then disposes of the competition, or the in turn are disposed of. These power brokers see everyone else as pawns in their game, and as long as we are content to be pawns, that is exactly what we are. The person with the loudest voice and belief in themselves, no matter how misguided they may be, tend to lead those who prefer others to do the thinking for them. In some respects this can be a good thing as long as those leaders lead by example. The problem with today's society is that people who want to be in that type of position should be ruled out because of that very desire. They seek power for power's sake, as opposed to using it for the benefit of all. Imagine how history would be different if our political people simply vanished and that common man dealt with common man without politics getting in the way. A farmer speaks to a factory worker speaks to a doctor, all without ulterior motive or need for domination or power. We all have it in us, this quest for power, even if it is in the most secret recesses of our mind. Yet, there are those who recognize that true power does not come from dominating others. Rather, this power is within. It too dominates. However, it does not seek to dominate others. Rather, it seeks to dominate self. In doing so, then we have real power. We live in a dualistic universe, a universe of paradoxes. For example, we would not appreciate good without bad, day without night. We have been taught to realize the importance of choice through experience. Taking power as an example. By not seeking power, either financially or physically, living in the is as opposed to I want, I need, one cannot be controlled by another. One has complete power and choice over oneself. Even with death, one then has choice. Neither seeking or avoiding death, one is not influenced by death, and consequently time. This is living in the is. By seeking power in this dualistic universe, one automatically adds energy to the opposite, and consequently has always to be active in seeking or holding on to what one has. Add to this the fear of losing it, and one is not living, but existing. Touching on religion, God or gods, it doesn't really matter. Religion is man-made, normally by people seeking power, claiming to speak for God or the gods. The people who follow wonder to themselves, how could a God allow terrible tragedies in life? How can the innocent be hurt? Yet we have these religious leaders say one thing and do another. Are they giving up their power? Are they living a life of humility? No, because with power comes a form of politics. The quid pro quo. Any true spiritual leader leads by example and not by words alone. History has many of these worries, some known, some unknown. Let me give my thoughts on our part of the process. Let us assume that there is no God or gods. There is only a universal energy or intelligence to which we gravitate towards through eternity. I emphasize the word eternity, for each of us has as long as it takes to make this journey. Not measured in time or lifetimes, but simply in the progress we make. As far as this universal energy or intelligence is concerned, we are all in a grey mush. It cannot see beyond this mush, that is until a light comes on. This mush is the dog-eat-dog world we live in. The mush consists of all sentient beings, most running around switched off from the great energy, making it difficult for the great energy to recognize anyone. We are doomed to be reborn into the mush until our light comes on, alerting the universe to our newfound understanding and presence. This light has nothing to do with religion. It is all to do with spiritual maturity. Imagine, if you will, a garden. There are no plants. There is only fertile soil. Underneath that soil are seeds. A seed has to break through the soil so that the great gardener can nourish it and watch it flourish. Until the seed breaks the soil, then the great gardener doesn't see it or recognize it, and it is destined to remain below the soil until it breaks free. Thus, like the seed, we are trapped in the process until we break through the self-imposed barriers which neutralize our light. Thank you for joining me in the process.